Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Arena Blind. We're to Yukiko, Amagi, the High Priestess. Last time we went through Chie's engagement, we found out that apparently Akihiko doesn't get along with anyone. Also, apparently Sebastian J92 is online. That's awesome. But we're going to this one. We also found out that apparently Rise was back in Inaba when she got abducted, so that actually helps a lot, because I was really wondering how that happened. So, let's find out. Yukiko is probably going to be the most painful of these to see, just because I am really bad at her voice. Also, you have probably been noticing I've been putting, random online matches before, kind of a little intro. I'm still playing with the format, deciding how I like to do that, but I do have to point out, just for completeness sake, just because I show a match doesn't mean I won the match. Usually I will show Yukiko winning at the, fight I show, because what kind of a terrible introduction to a character would it be if you see them get their butt handed to them? But, there are some of those where just one round was really, really close, and then I got stomped the other two. So, just because I show a match doesn't mean that I won whoever it is you see me fighting. General disclaimer.
I wish you good luck.
Amagi in kitchen.
Oh, here.
Waitress, that was Yukiko.
Yuki-chan, are you okay? Do you need any help?
Maybe that wasn't Yuki-chan. Or Yukiko.
Huh? No, it's okay. I want to do this by myself.
Oh, geez, she's still trying to cook.
Are you sure? If you need a hand, don't hesitate to ask.
I smile back at our waitress, Kansei-kun, Kansei-san, and concentrate once again on slicing the carrot on the cutting board in front of me. It's pretty tough to cut. I am Yukiko Amagi. I have a very terrible voice actor. And referring to me, the actual voice actress is great. I'm the only daughter of the Amagi Inn. Some people here call the inn a famous local landmark, but to be honest, that description doesn't really register with me. Honestly, I think people only see it that way because this place just happens to be a countryside town without any other standout places of interest. I'm getting training from the Amagi Inn staff, but the food I'm cooking right now isn't to help the inn. Actually, my cooking is, well, not so great.
Good evening.
Oops.
This is the Evening Journal with news for May 2nd. Our top story is on the domestic airline that was hijacked yesterday.
Momentarily turning her attention away from listening to the TV to one of the guest rooms, Kansei-san speaks to me.
Look at the time. Yuki-chan, don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Thank you.
The latter half of Golden Week starts tomorrow. Usually, I wouldn't have that time off since I'm so busy helping out the inn during the holidays, but I've already been given permission to take tomorrow off. I've been given time off because Yu-kun is coming back to spend time here at Inaba. Yu Narukami. He's a precious friend who transferred to Yasugami High here in Inaba last spring. He had to transfer back to school in the city because his parents returned from their jobs overseas, but I finally get to see him again after 2 months. Just thinking about that news puts a smile on my face. People may think I'm overreacting over just 2 months, but it still makes me happy. I mean, the year spent with Yukun was quite a special year for us. I'm sure that no one would believe me if I told them, but we got dragged into a serious case that occurred in this town last year and we solved it. The one who led the team we created then, the investigation team, was Yukun. Most of us who were on the investigation team are going to meet upon his return tomorrow. I'm already excited about it. That's when an acid-burning smell stings my nose.
Oh,
Acrid.
Right, I was grilling the fish.
Hurriedly, I flipped the sea bream I left on the grill. It's still good, right? Yeah, it's still good. I think it'll be fine. Maybe. Oh dear. When I look inside the pot, a lot of water is gone, but the ingredients I put in there to boil look soft, so it should be okay. It's probably time to turn the stove off, though. I finished the final touches and I can finally take a breather.
I hope everyone likes this.
It's been a while since everyone in the investigation team got together, so I want to make sure it's a little more like a celebration. That's why I began making this box lunch for all of us. It was a lot more food to prepare than I expected. I have a new request for our cooks. The number of guests we got here every day is way more than the amount of people I'm cooking for. They have to make a lot more food than I just did. Oh, new request, not request. Wow, I can't read at all. I grab the largest tinkered lacquerware box we have and struggle all to cram all the food into it.
They say the presentation of the food is important, but I think taste should be a cook's priority. The boys will eat a lot. I'm sure Chie will too. I definitely shouldn't skimp. There, all done.
An email? Who could it be from? I opened my cell and noticed a familiar name being displayed.
Chie. I wonder if she forgot where we're meeting up tomorrow.
Chie Satanaka. She's been my best friend since I was little. She's also a member of the investigation team. We went through many things together as a result of last year's events, and now we're closer than ever before. The email I received was a confirmation of our meeting place. That Chie. She must have gotten so excited about hearing that we were meeting up, she didn't bother paying attention to anything past that point. That's so Chie. But there was more to her email.
The Midnight Channel is on the air again.
Oh, that is true. This is the first one I've actually gone through that was, abducted. The Midnight Channel. At midnight on a rainy night, if you look at a TV that's turned off, you'll see your soulmate. That was an urban legend that spread like wildfire in this town last year. At first, I obviously thought it was just a rumor, but I was wrong. It wasn't some superstition. There actually was something to the rumor. When we tested it out for ourselves, we really saw an image appear on the TV, even though it was turned off. But it wasn't actually your soulmate. The person that appeared on TV was a victim. This is why the investigation team was formed. The phenomenon was closely tied to an incident that we resolved. In a nutshell, it was a series of murders. A few people died, and it was all over the TV news. That alone already has a serious case, but we discovered something even more shocking about it. There was a world inside TVs. Personas and shadows. We encountered so many unbelievable things that there's no way I could explain all of it. But everyone on the investigation team desperately did their best, and we managed to take care of everything. Even the Midnight Channel was shut down. So, it's pretty strange that it's the one again all of a sudden. It seems Chie hasn't seen it in person yet, judging by her email. She just said, "Let's watch the Midnight Channel tonight." I glanced out the small window to the kitchen. Today's forecast is rain. The perfect weather for checking the Midnight Channel.
That's not possible.
Words of a denial tumbled from my mouth. It's not that I don't believe Chie. It's just that I'm really, really hoping that's not true. If the Midnight Channel is broadcasting again, are we going to see another series of murders? These worries began gnawing away at my stomach. Standing up against my own shadow that had gone berserk and all the bonds I formed and strengthened with everyone and the investigation team are important memories of mine. But this would be something different. Even as I sent off a reply to Chie, my emotions are still running wild. I've got a bad feeling about this.
There you are. Someone's on the phone for you, Yuki-chan.
I'm so on edge that when Kansei-san speaks up, I jump a little. I feel like a fool. I'm all worried over the mere possibility that something's going to happen again. I calm myself down and smile at Kansei-san. Though this is kind of odd.
For me? Who could it be at this hour?
He said he was Kujikawa-san's manager and he wanted to ask you something.
Oh yeah, this is Risei's manager. And I am being way too low with her voice. Risei Kujikawa. She's an upperclassman and goes to the same high school. She's also a member of the investigation team, and she's also a famous idol and TV personality. Risei had taken a break from her job during the case, but she had been making preparations since the spring to get back into show business. She's been super busy recently. I have no idea why her manager would be calling me, though. Kansei-san jokes that we're trying to recruit me. They hands the receiver to me. She knocks back through the split curtain. This isn't helping the uneasy feeling I was having earlier. I take a deep breath and put an ear to the receiver.
Hello, this is Yukiko Amagi.
Oh, I'm sorry to call so late. My name is Inoue. I'm Risei Kujikawa's manager.
Good lord, that is a weird sounding name. Inoue. Blah, I would have a terrible time with that.
Yes, that's what I was told. How can I help you?
Well, you see, I can't reach Kujikawa. I was hoping you might know where she is.
Huh?
They don't know where Risei-chan is? Apparently, she won't answer her cell and isn't at her grandmother's place, nor her parents' home in the city. How in the world do you know that? Good lord, Psychic Yukiko. Her exhausted manager told me that he was such a loss. Out of desperation, he looked up our inn's number and called me, since he knew we were friends. I feel really bad for the poor guy, but...
I'm sorry, I don't know.
The manager on the other side replies with a downcast, I see. After he apologizes for calling me out of the blue like this, he ends the phone call, but not before asking me to keep Risei's disappearance under wraps. Even setting aside work, he must be worried sick about her. At least that's what it sounded like to me. The world of showbiz is pretty tough. This must be especially rough for Inoue-san, because Rise-chan also went missing last year when she took her break, so the fact she's done it before must have him even more nervous. However, the only reason I was able to become acquainted with her was because of what happened.
Don't tell me.
The area of the Midnight Channel again, Rise-chan's sudden disappearing. My mind is a swirling miasma of depressing ideas and worst-case scenarios. Could Rise-chan have gotten dropped into the TV again? I know that my tendency to immediately gravitate to the worst possible is a bad habit of mine, but I just can't stop myself. I open my cell and bring up a list of most called contacts. But my fingers stop when I see the name Yu Narakami on the display.
No, I can't go running to him with everything. There's no proof that it's happening again anyway. I shouldn't make him worry.
There isn't any reason to be concerned about anything yet. Yu-chan will be returning here soon enough anyway. After being away for so long, I want to welcome him with joy, not unnecessary burdens. There's a reasonable explanation for everything so far. I need to keep my wild thoughts to myself until I have some real confirmation.
Risa-chan's number is...
I look for Rise-chan's number on my cell and then press the call button. 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings. No response. With each unheeded ring, my anxiety grows. Why isn't she picking up? Maybe she's in an area with bad reception? Or maybe she's in a dangerous situation where she can't pick up? No, I have to stop thinking like that.
Maybe I should call Yosuke-kun.
I press the button to end the call, as if trying to similarly end all my worries, and begin looking up another number. Yosuke Hanamura. He's another classmate and another member of the investigation team, and also apparently Yukun's partner. At first, I thought Yosuke-kun was just calling himself that, but it seems that Yukun feels the same way now. Again, how do you know that? Considering that he gets along with everyone pretty well, and he's got more friends than I do, he might know something about Rise-chan. Since he's probably the best choice as long as I don't have any real information, I call Yosuke-kun up on my cell. This time the call connects immediately. Yosuke must have answered his phone without even thinking about it. I feel a little relieved and speak up.
Yosuke-kun? Good evening. This is Yukiko. I got an email from Chie a moment ago.
Yeah, she told me too. About the Midnight Channel coming back, right? Sheesh. I bet Chie was half asleep when she emailed you.
Hearing Yosuke's cheerful voice takes a bit of my worries away. I make sure to choose my words carefully to try and avoid making things sound too serious and relay what I heard about Rise-chan from her manager.
Actually, I just received a phone call about Rise-chan disappearing. Well, not literally disappearing, but... Anyway, it seems her people can't get in touch with her.
Really? She didn't mention any problems she was having to you, right?
No, I think she would have told us if anything was troubling her. She was busy, but happy to be working.
Right. And now rumors of the Midnight Channel coming back.
Yeah.
I gradually tell Yosuke-kun all my fears. I promised Inoue-san that we wouldn't tell anyone, but I figured that the investigation team needs to know things like this. After all, Rise-chan has been through some things with us, and I'm sure she would have kept a secret from her manager. After we talk about Rise-chan's disappearance, a slight awkward silence falls upon the conversation. Has Yosuke-kun come to the same conclusion as I have? But Yosuke-kun breaks the silence after a quick moment, and he responds back in a serious yet cheerful manner.
Let's not get carried away. First, we need to see if the Midnight Channel's really back. There's no use worrying over things we don't know are happening. It's always important to be sure first, right?
It's times like this that I once again realize that my friends on the investigation team are wonderful. Yukun, who is calm and decisive, Yosuke-kun, who is also a source of good cheer, and it's not just the two of them. Everyone's personalities on the team complement each other, and because of this, we were able to overcome all the inconceivable obstacles that we faced.
You're right. Thank you, Yosuke-kun.
I thank Yosuke-kun and hang up. There's no use in getting flustered. First, we need to confirm the current situation, and then think of a plan based on what we learn. This feels so nostalgic. A smile forms on my lips as my worries subside a bit. The lessons learned last year are helping me now. The Midnight Channel airs at midnight. I've got a lot of time to kill until then. Oh, I know! I have to clean up the kitchen. I don't want to leave a mess for our cooks when they arrive in the morning. After I finish cleaning up after myself and take a bath, I return to my room. We originally was going to show the bath scene, but the people over at Atlas said that might be a bad idea. So I'm instead looking at the clock. It's not even close to midnight.
Still time.
I try reading a book, but nothing is sticking with me. It even feels like time is moving slower. I just want midnight to hurry up and get here.
It's all right. I'm sure things will be fine. Nothing will happen.
Rivals. They are friends, yet powerful foes. The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that bores me has gotta go!
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince, the unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muzzles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi!
Deep into realms of romance,
the body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
There's another thing. The battle does not begin tonight. It begins tomorrow. Well, I guess maybe if it's midnight, it could be tonight.
What?
That's sure not how I use the term tonight. Oh, wow. I sit in the Juna's food court with a boxed lunch I made yesterday and a heavy heart. Until yesterday evening, my only concerns for today were cooking enough food for everyone and worrying about whether Juna's would be too crowded. A lot has changed in those few hours. So instead of coming here early to reserve space for my friends, now I'm here even earlier because I'm worried about the events of last night. On a side note, sitting here right now makes me realize there are a lot more people in this town than I'd ever imagined. And with that many people, quite a few of them probably saw the Midnight Channel broadcast last night.
Why is this happening?
I know that I'm not going to get answers to that question, but I can't help but mutter it to myself as I sit down and wait. This is the first time a group of us has appeared on the Midnight Channel. Chie and some of the others were on it last time, but this was my first time seeing myself on it in person. No matter how hard I try to deny it, there's no doubt that it was me. They even gave me a ridiculous title, the Unconquerable Snow Black. What's that even supposed to mean? Everyone else got nonsensical names too, but it was no laughing matter. Actually, I can't even remember what my friends were called. The only thing that registered with me, all of them were pretty awkward. I was too stunned to catch anything more than that. When she had called me afterwards, I finally came to my senses. The situation just seems to be more serious than I had imagined earlier. Especially considering that Risei-chan isn't the only one that we haven't been able to get a hold of.
Yukiko, you're early!
Good morning, Chie. I couldn't stop thinking about things, so I wrapped up my shift at the inn early and came here.
Just as my thoughts were getting gloomy again, Chie's cheerful voice was there to snap me out of my funk. I look up to see my best friend Chie waving at me. Yeah, I shouldn't keep dwelling on these bad thoughts. It'll be okay. I'm sure we'll be able to handle this. I reassure myself and show Chie what I brought.
I actually made a boxed lunch for everyone. Let's eat it together later.
Wow, a boxed lunch? You made it?
I shrug and give a wry smile at Chie's
Don't
reaction.
worry, I made sure to taste test it first so it won't be like last year. I think.
Well, you've got a point. We don't want people to keep calling us poison chefs, do we? Ooh, that does smell really good. Oh man, I can't wait to try it.
Hearing Chie's delighted voice makes me even more happy. I wonder if everyone will be excited about my food as Chie is. Just as I'm thinking about how to bring it up to everyone, I hear a familiar, cheerful voice from behind.
Hey there, sorry I'm late. I ran into this guy at the elevator.
Good to see you guys again.
Welcome back! We missed you! The guest of honor's finally here! You're looking well.
Welcome back. Should we...
It's Yosuke-kun and Yu-kun. Chie bounds off happily as can be, but I'm a little lost in my emotions. I wonder how much Yuku knows about what happened yesterday. Yosuke-kun is the first to notice what I'm getting at and casually transitions to the subject.
Oh, he already knows about the Midnight Channel thing. He's actually the one who called me up about it.
Oh, I see. This has turned into a pretty thrown-together reunion, hasn't it? But I'm glad you came.
Yukun smiles at my words. His kind smile and calm demeanor, Yukun hasn't changed at all. I'm happy, but there's definitely a sadder side to this reunion. I wish I could just be a fun gathering, with us all uniting like normal people. My thoughts are interrupted by an exaggerated cough. It's Yosuke-kun. Apparently he was waiting for us all to sit down. After grabbing our attention, Yosuke-kun begins to speak.
Well, it sucks that we can't hang out more before jumping into another mystery, but to celebrate our partner's return, I hereby reinstate the investigation team in response to the Midnight Channel going back on the air last night.
Oh, the team is back! Just hearing that name again gets me all fired up. Yeah, let's do this!
I don't think the applause is necessary.
Yosuke-kun sarcastically teases us for applauding, but after glancing around at everyone, I'm pretty sure we all felt it was appropriate. I mean, there's no reason for any of us not to turn that down. We have friends missing, and there's something causing trouble. Of course, we're going to help out and get to the bottom of this. We're confirming that everyone's on board. Yosuke-kun continues on. Our reunion is now a full-fledged tactical meeting of the investigation team.
I mean, this is no laughing matter. No one's heard from Teddy, Kanji, or Rise. Just those three, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got a hold of Naoto-kun, but I didn't tell her about this stuff. She told me she couldn't make it today because of her job, so I didn't want to worry her. She seemed pretty bummed that she couldn't be here, too.
That's three of our friends who are mysteriously absent. Hearing it from Chie is one thing, but talking about it in a meeting like this and not seeing faces that should be here really makes it hit home. Even though there's no need to worry about Naoto-kun, what could be so important that she can't be here? Since Naoto-kun is such a skilled detective, it would be much more reassuring if she was here, but bringing that up to the group won't help now. I need to focus on what all of us who are here can do.
One thing's been bothering me. The picture on the TV was very clear last night.
Yeah. Going by the pattern from last year, it wouldn't be that clear until after the victim entered the TV.
Hey, isn't this the first time a big group of people was shown together? Plus, we're still here. Why us anyway? And what's up with those insulting descriptions?
I can understand Chie's anger. From what she told me, she tried to talk to some girls who were chatting in the Midnight Channel, but they ran away from her. Definitely because they saw the Midnight Channel. I hated hearing the whispers of scoring princess under people's breaths after the Midnight Channel last year, so I can empathize with Chie's feelings. But I feel a little better now about it this time. Back then, I didn't see the broadcast for myself, so I didn't know what I looked like. Of course, I still hate that I was on it again, but it's still really embarrassing.
What bothers me most is Teddy. He was acting like the host of that show.
Yeah, we can't find him.
This smells fishy. Then again, I doubt he would play a prank like this for no reason.
I guess we'll just have to go inside the TV and find out what's going on.
Yosuke-kun has a point. In order to investigate the reappearance of the Midnight Channel, it would be faster to just go inside the TV.
Won't we be stuck in there without Teddy to give us an exit?
Exactly. We can enter TVs because we are Persona users, but without Teddy preparing a TV inside the TV world for us to exit through, we'd be trapped there. Yosuke-kun laughs proudly in response to our shared worry.
Not so. I've had Teddy keep the exit TV out on that side.
Look at you, all prepared.
I mean, think about it. What if we were half asleep and fell into a TV when Teddy wasn't over there? Isn't that a scary thought?
Like anyone would be that clumsy.
Anyway, it sounds like it's safe for us to go investigate then.
Yeah, there's no doubt that something's going on in there. Is everyone ready?
We're all good to go. To tell the truth, I had a hunch that this was going to happen.
Everyone nods at Yosuke-kun's words. Oh, I forgot to mention the food I made. What should I do? Should I bring it up after we go inside the TV? Well, we're in the middle of a serious situation now, so this is definitely not the time for box lunch. I'll bring it up afterwards. We'll all eat a great meal together after the case has been solved. It'll be the perfect motivation for us to solve the case. As I work up my resolve, Chie suddenly taps my forehead.
Yukiko, it'll be all right. You don't need to scrunch up your face.
Was I doing that?
Yeah, you're gonna give yourself wrinkles.
I'll be more careful.
Don't worry, things are different from the way they were last year. We're old pros at this.
Chie-chan knows that I'm apprehensive, so she's trying to make me smile. But she's right, I shouldn't get myself too worked up. I smiled in response to my best friend's thoughtfulness. And then we're off, following Yukun and Yosuke-kun. And here's this scene again. Hooray for this scene. I have decided I am going to be leaving all of these in, only because I never know who's going to watch, just someone's scene.
It's time to go. Hello. All the models are on sale.
What is up with Afro Man there?
No. It's
Or
been
Afro
a while
Woman?
since last time. I'm a little nervous.
Whoa, wait! There are still people in this aisle!
Hey, get ready! The customers are going away!
Uh-huh.
Let's go!
Yeah! Isn't this different from usual? Oh no! What do we do?
What can we do? We can't stop now!
And now you all get split up.